following show is controversial and contains content you may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. 98 FM. This is 98 FM's Dublin Talks with Adrian Kennedy.
It's Friday morning, the 23rd of March 2018. Good morning, how are you today? I hope everything is good with you. I'm Adrian Kennedy, and between now and midday today, this is 98 FM's Dublin Talks, the mid-morning talk and phone-in show all about Dublin. Talking of Dublin, you will have heard in our news bulletin, the Fina GAA Club on Moby Road in Glasnevin not happy at all over the plans for the metro out to the airport. They say they're going to lose access to their pitches. They're not happy at all. Mind you, there was a big debate in our office. It nearly came to blows. In fact, we were nearly calling ambulances. It was so vicious over, whether or not, clubs like Na Fianna shouldn't be standing in the way of progress.
Can we just say,
yeah.
So 98 FM is not a violent place to work.
It was with this debate. There was killings, Did you not see them throwing things at each other out there?
Okay, yes, I suppose there were killings. Not literally killings.
But anyway, the question is, and I want to talk about this a little bit later on, we will be talking to Na Fianna, but whether or not they just have to, get over it.
There's two sides to this.
Yeah.
Metro or Na Fianna.
Yeah.
Which side are you on?
Yeah, basically, yeah. Text or WhatsApp your opinion on that to 0877 98 98 98. Should the club stand in the way of progress? Or are they right to be objecting to losing some of their pitches for the development of the metro to the airport? What else have we got for you? Easter is coming. How many Easter eggs do you allow your children to have? When I was a kid, we had 10 or 12. It was great. They lasted for weeks. We'll be talking to one particular parent who says, no, one egg, that's it, tough.
Did you know, research out today, we'll bring you the full details of this just after 11 o'clock, but research out today says that over the Easter bank holiday weekend, the average Irish child will eat the equivalent of 200 donuts in chocolate. That's how many calories. That's a lot of calories. 200 donuts.
Yeah. Okay.
So you place 200 donuts in front of a child, yeah?
Yeah.
That's the equivalent of sugar and fat that a child is going to eat in Easter eggs. Mad, isn't it?
We'll talk about that a little bit later on. We have a busy show. We also have tickets for Dublin versus Monaghan. They're playing their last league match on Sunday against Monaghan. Now, Dublin have already topped the league. We already know the league final is Dublin and Galway, but Dublin still have to play their final fixture, which is against Monaghan on Sunday. It's a good little tester for the championship. That's this Sunday. We have a pair of tickets to give away for that match on our Say What You See quiz, which is coming up a little bit later on. All that and much more on 98 FM's Dublin Talks. I'm Adrian Kennedy, and my esteemed producer is Mr. Jeremy Dixon.
Yeah. Producer will do. No need for the esteemed.
Jeremy, I have a question for you.
Yes, Adrian. Actually, I know the question because I have the same question written on my script.
Oh, I see. Yes. Very good. Okay.
Yes.
What makes you happy? If I ask you to finish this sentence, now I want you to be clean about this now, if you don't mind.
But you don't have to be clean about it.
Okay, well, I want you to be. I want you to finish this sentence for me. I am happiest when...
Yes, I will answer that in a second, but just to let you know why we're doing this, it is, of course, Friday. And what does Friday mean? It's...
the weekend.
It's the weekend. Where's the music, Adrian? Where is the happy music?
Oh, let's
Where
get the happy
Friday
music.
Here we go.
It's on one of these buttons here. Now, I'm not quite sure which buttons it's on. It's on that button there.
Just press it there.
Oh, there it is.
There we go.
Yes, it's Happy Friday on 98 FM. I want you to finish this sentence for me, and you can text or WhatsApp 0877 98 98 98. Okay, here's the sentence I want you to finish for me. I am happiest when...
Yes, normally we do Good News Friday where we get you to tell us your good news. We don't want to hear your good news today. We want to hear what makes you happy. So finish the sentence, okay? I am happiest when blank. Okay, I'm
so
happiest when blank.
you start. I'm happiest when...
I'm happiest when I'm sitting by a swimming pool on holidays.
I was about to say something very similar.
We're very similar. I have to say, I'm not a beach person. I think beaches are for scum, I have to say.
Really?
Not a fan of beaches at all.
Why?
I think beaches are overrated. I've never liked beaches. There's two types of people in this world, Adrian.
Yeah.
There's pool people and there's beach people. I've never been a beach person. I don't like
the sand.
Yeah, I don't like the sand. I don't like the fact that there's cigarette butts all over the beach, yeah. I don't like the fact that sand ends up everywhere. I found sand in the crevice of my bum a week after being on the beach on holidays.
Really? Why, did you not have a shower in the whole week?
You think?
I'm going to show you how to use a shower.
Yeah, but sometimes you miss a crevice.
Okay, so you are happiest when you're sitting beside the beach?
No, the pool.
Oh, the pool, sorry.
I hate
sitting
the beach.
beside the pool, okay.
Have you ever tried to eat a sandwich on a beach, Adrian?
Yes, it's like eating sand.
It's disgusting.
It is.
Whereas, when you're sitting by a pool on holidays, you can walk to the bar very easily.
Yep.
If you need to change your jocks, you can walk back to your hotel room very easily. If you get too warm, Adrian, lying beside the pool, have a dip.
Yeah.
Get back out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, finish that sentence for me. I am happiest when... Okay? Text or WhatsApp 0877 98 98 98. 0877 98 98 98. Finish that sentence for us. I am happiest when. Now, I'm kind of similar. I am happiest when I'm about to go on a holiday or a little break. Now, I'm off on a little break this weekend. In fact, I'm flying this afternoon.
A dirty weekend.
That's not dirty. I'm getting on a plane this afternoon at 4 o'clock.
Yes.
And I'm really excited about it. So I'm away. I'm off 3 days next week. So I'm happiest when I'm about to get on an airplane to go on a little break.
You're happiest. It's the sort of preempting the holiday. It's the build up to the holiday, if you will.
Yes.
As opposed to the actual holiday itself.
No, I'm looking forward to the holiday, obviously, but I'm happiest when I'm about to get on an airplane, and that'll be me at 3:30 this afternoon. Okay,
Lovely.
so there you go.
Tomorrow afternoon, you mean?
No, this afternoon. Yeah, this Friday.
Oh, I thought it was tomorrow afternoon.
No, it's this afternoon.
Okay.
So I'm leaving work, heading to the airport. Woo! So that's what makes me happiest. Finish that sentence for us. I am happiest when... Text or WhatsApp 0877 98 98 98. Now, before we take your calls on that, I want to say well done to the Herald, who today, if you buy a copy of the Herald, if you're an Aslan fan, there is a little insert. It's like a book, basically, and it's basically the 30 years of Aslan. Have you seen this?
Yes, I have.
It's very good.
Yeah.
And it's the whole story of Aslan. Lots of pictures of a very young. Jesus, was he ever that young? Christy Dignam when he was very, very young. Christy Dignam when he wasn't quite as young. Anyway, it's a brilliant insert. It's in today's Herald, and if you just buy a copy of the Herald, it's free with the Herald. So.
Yes, Aslan are so Dublin, aren't they?
Yeah,
I have
they
to
are.
say.
Yeah,
this is my favourite Aslan song.
These are the eyes of a blood-crazed tiger staring at the maddening crowd. This is the face of a teenage mother. This is the child she bears. This is the
I don't like that whole crazy world. I never liked that whole "How Can I Protect You" crazy world. That's my favourite Aslan song, I have to say. But the reason we're mentioning this is because
These are the
there was nothing more Dublin than Aslan. Sure, there's not.
No, there is nothing more Dublin, yeah.
You two, as soon as you two got a bit of money, they moved. They moved to New York and all that, didn't they?
Yes,
but
they
the
did.
Aslan lads stayed in Dublin, probably because they couldn't afford property anywhere else.
Yeah.
But they did stay in Dublin.
No,
so
they are.
to me, are the quintessential Dublin band.
They really are. And like I said, if you buy a copy of the Herald today, there is a book basically inside it, 30 years of Aslan, and it's a real keeper. It's brilliant, and it literally takes you from their very first gig together, all through their story, no holds barred either, by the way, and then bringing you right up until Christy being sick and everything else. It's a brilliant insert. 30 years of Aslan. It's in today's Herald. Finish that sentence for us. I am happiest when... Text or WhatsApp 0877 98 98 98, or better still, call Katie on 6797 981.
Oh, sorry, I meant to add a little something onto sitting by a pool. I'm happiest when I'm sitting by a pool reading a decent book.
How boring.
What?
No, I don't do books on holidays, no.
You don't do books, period. You never brought a book on holidays? No?
No, not really, no.
Really? So what do you do when you're by the pool?
I sit by the pool.
Get sozzled.
Yeah. Anyway, text or WhatsApp 0877 98 98 98. Okay, so 0877 98 98 98. And tell us, finish that sentence for us. I am happiest when. Okay?
Yep, there's Jean.
I'm actually happiest when I'm at an Aslan gig. Have you ever seen them in concert? Brilliant gig. Absolutely brilliant gig.
Really?
Yep.
No, not for me. Like
Why?
a beach. Like beach isn't for me. Aslan gig isn't for me. It's just a personal choice.
But you've never seen them, so how would you know?
But I just.
No, but honestly, you haven't seen them, so how would you know that it's not a good gig?
No, I
Or it's
didn't.
not
So
for
I
you?
know.
How would you know it's not for you?
I've seen videos of them. They're brilliant gigs. They're great lads and all that, but it's not my type of music. Sorry, Adrian.
Oh.
I'm into grime music. That's the type of music I'm into.
You can't even spell grime. Anyway, there you go. 30 years of Aslan. It's in the Herald today. And Des, you're more than welcome. So there you go. Now, where am I going?
Jean,
Jean is on line 1. Jean, finish that sentence for me. I am happiest when...
The kids finish school on a Friday and they don't have 2 weeks off for Easter holidays.
I would imagine most parents are happiest when the kids are going to school and they're getting a bit of peace. Are you one of these parents that loves the kids being off school?
No, I'm disappointed that they're off for the 2 weeks.
Sorry, I read your point wrong there. Katie said you're happiest when the kids are off school, and you're saying you're happiest when the kids are in school.
When they're in school.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, who wants them around morning, noon and night? And when do they get their Easter holidays? They're on their Easter holidays now, as of today.
Yeah, they finish at 12 o'clock today. And off for 2 weeks.
And you're stuck with them for 2 whole... How many kids have you got, Jean?
3 boys.
Oh, can I call them little shits? Are they little shits?
No, you can't say that.
No, most kids are. Are they little? Are they little shits?
Well, maybe sometimes.
Okay, so 3 little shits at home with you for 2 weeks. I hear you, Jean. I mean, I only have 1 child. I can't imagine what it's like to have 3 of them just running around. And the problem about kids is kids do not know how to. They don't know how to amuse themselves anymore. So they're always running up to you saying, "Mammy, can I have money? Mammy, can I have money?" How do you amuse kids for 2 weeks?
Oh, God. Well, I suppose if the weather's allowing, we go out cycling. We have a local playground not too far from our house. But I presume if the weather's bad, to be PlayStation and Xbox.
Wouldn't it be great, Jean, and I'm just throwing this out here to parents listening, wouldn't it be great if you could, with children, during holiday time, if you could just tie them to a rope at the back garden and leave them with a bowl of water? You know the way you used to do with dogs years ago?
It would be great, but I think it'd be frowned on. I'm just saying, I think it might be frowned upon.
What if you left a bowl of water out for them?
Yeah. Anyway, enjoy the next 2 weeks, Jean.
Well, listen, lads, before I go, can I just say congratulations to Exquisite Dance, who qualified for the finals of Ireland's Got Talent.
Oh, yeah, and when are they on? Are they on tonight?
They were on last night. They won the public vote and they're through to the final.
Which is on Saturday night, yeah. Very good. Well, congratulations to them. And yeah, it's going to be some competition tomorrow night.
Good fun.
I have to say, credit where credit's due. The standard on Ireland's Got Talent this year has been absolutely unbelievable. It was as good, if not better, than the British version of the show. I really think that.
A lot of dance groups, which is great, I thought.
Yeah.
So than the singing.
Yeah, no, I was very impressed with the standard, and the quality of the whole show. It really is terrific. So, best luck to everybody who's in the final this weekend. Thanks very much indeed.
Jean, by the way, are you going to have any more children, or is 3 the limit?
I'm finished. That's it, done.
Yeah, because it sounds like you hate the kids you have at the moment, so you probably shouldn't have any more.
And my youngest is 8, so that's it. I'm not going again.
Listen, Jean, I think parents get judged too harshly for saying they hate their kids. There's absolutely
She didn't say she hates her kids.
No,
she
but I'm
said saying the thoughts of having them around for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's hate. That's hate, Adrian.
Oh, is it?
No, it's hard work.
It is hard work.
What I'm saying, Jean, is I don't think society should judge you because you hate your kids. I think it's perfectly acceptable. Well done.
Thanks, Jean.
Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend. Bye.
Bye-bye. Text or WhatsApp. In fact, for the moment, don't text because our text service is down for some reason. But WhatsApp this sentence to me. Finish this sentence. I am happiest when... Okay? So Jean is happiest when it's a Friday and the kids get off school, but they're going back to school on Monday. Conversely, she's not happy because today when they finish school, they're off for 2 weeks.
What she should do, actually, what a mate of mine is just after texting me, has Jean never heard of camps?
Yes, there are some camps over the next week.
You know, you send your kids off for...
just get rid of them.
Nothing says I love my kids more than sending them off to a midterm camp. You know, go off for 2 weeks and learn how to play football.
It's better than hanging around the house getting bored. Jessica, finish the sentence for me. I'm happiest when...
I'm great by me dog when I get home from work after a long day.
There is nothing nicer. There is nothing nicer.
Arriving home, my wife in lingerie for me, I think, would be nicer than your dog waiting for you.
I don't know about that.
Sorry?
I don't know about that.
Have you seen my wife in lingerie?
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it.
You pig.
No, there is nothing nicer. We've 2 dogs, yeah, and when I arrive in the door, they're fighting each other to jump on top of me.
What about the dogs?
That's different. No, but it is a lovely feeling when the dogs are delighted to see you walking in the door.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
I have to be honest with you, lads. Jessica, I think you're over-analysing this. I don't think dogs miss their masters as much as you think.
Why do they come running over to you then?
Because they're hungry.
No, they had their food. No, it's a lovely feeling. They're delighted to see you.
And what type of dogs have you got, Jessica?
Well, I have one dog. His name is Bruno. He's a mix between an Alsatian and a boxer.
He's an Alsatian and a what?
Boxer.
So he's a boxer.
A mix between an Alsatian...
And a boxer.
And a boxer, yeah. That's an interesting cross.
So
he
he's
looks like a... Sorry.
A boxer station?
Yeah, a boxer station, yeah.
And do you live alone, or who lives in the house?
No, I share a house with my mother and your sister and a partner.
Okay, so you're out working all day and the dog misses you and he jumps up on you.
Lovely, it is lovely.
Yeah.
You don't kiss him on the lips, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. See, I knew this is where we were going with this conversation.
Anyway, it makes you happy, Jessica. That's the main thing.
I need to address this issue.
No, there's no need to.
Yes, she kisses her dog on the lips, Adrian.
Dogs don't actually have lips per se.
You know what I mean? So he's happy to see
that's
that
lovely.
same dog has been licking his arse before you arrived home, lads.
And as a result, his arse is spotless.
I do wash my face also.
Fair play, Jessica. Thank you. She's happiest when her dog greets her.
Don't kiss your dog on the lips.
Dogs don't have lips.
They actually do. Look at a photograph of a dog. A dog has lips, Adrian. What do you think they sip water with? Why would so? Do you kiss your dog on the lips?
I am very affectionate with my 2 dogs, yeah.
I have seen those videos, but I'm asking you, do you kiss your dog on the lips?
No, not per se, no.
What do you mean, not per se?
No, I don't.
Has your dog...
They'll come over and...
I think that's the most disgusting thing I've ever heard in my life.
What, the dog goes...
Yeah. An animal should not be anywhere near a human face. Absolutely not. I'm sorry. Scum.
Dave, you're happiest when...
I'm happiest when I get a hug off my partner.
Yeah. It's a lovely feeling, isn't it?
My name is Des, not Dave. D-E-S, Des.
Oh, Dev.
Des, D-E-S.
D-E-F.
S.
F.
S, Des.
Des.
As in Des Kelly.
Yes, that's the one.
All right, very good. So, sorry, Des, I can't get the staff. Dave is written on my screen here. Can we get rid of that staff member and get a new one? If you don't mind. Anyway, Des, yes, so you're happiest when you get a hug off your partner. There is no nicer feeling. Sure there isn't.
There's nothing more nice in the world.
If you don't like your partner a lot...
Well, then you wouldn't be with them, would you?
I'm just saying.
What, your missus comes and gives you a hug and you cringe?
No, I love a hug from my missus. Hugs I think are overrated or underrated, aren't they, Des?
Yeah, very underrated, very underrated. Cuddling is the best thing in the world.
I agree. I walk around 98 FM daily giving random women hugs.
And he has been reported to Human Resources.
Do you think that's acceptable, Des, by the way, to hug women you work with?
No.
Oh.
It's not.
No. Save all your hugs for your lover.
Yeah,
really?
There you go.
No, save your kisses for your lover.
Save all your kisses and hugs for your lover.
Yeah.
No, I think hugs should be given out freely.
No. You look like a weirdo, and I've told you this before. Randomers walk into our floor and work, and Jeremy runs over and gives them a hug.
Okay, well, a certain woman was in our radio station today, Des, and she says she's a woman of virtual fame. She's quite famous.
Virtual fame.
Sorry, is that the right word to say? She's a woman of limited fame. No, not limited. She's a famous woman off the television. And I know this woman very well. And when she arrived in at my desk, I got up off the seat and I gave her a big hug. And I said, how are you, Lucy? I haven't seen you in ages. Give me a hug. Give me some loving, Lucy.
Yeah.
Is that a bit...
But that's her thing, you see.
Is that a bit Harvey Weinstein? Is it a bit Harvey Weinstein?
No, she's very huggable because she gave me a hug as well. And she gave everybody on the floor a hug, actually. Lucy, why are you hugging everybody?
Yeah, you need to calm down there, Lucy.
No, but...
you need to calm down as well, Jeremy.
Yeah, exactly. Jeremy gives hugs to people who don't request the hugs. One particular colleague, hug.
Yeah.
Hug.
He complained about me, he did.
Yeah, hey, hon, give us a hug. Hey, hon.
And what company, what type of work do you work in, Des?
I'm in the building.
You're in so you wouldn't have many women on your building site?
No, and he's hardly going to go to one of the lads, give us a hug.
You get plenty walking by, though.
Yeah, but you're not going to... No, you don't. I'm not talking about walking.
It's the same thing me going out in the street hugging a woman as a woman coming into the studio and you running over to hug her, isn't it?
No, it's not. No. That's predatory, that is.
It's not.
It is. You can't walk up...
It's not.
Hang on, you can't walk up to...
It's the same thing.
No, I know this woman, Lucy, who's kind of famous from the television. I know her well enough to know that she likes getting hugs from me.
Yeah, well, that's fine. You were going to do that, but like you hug random people as well, don't you? With the walk into the studio.
Jeremy does, yeah.
Yeah, Jeremy does, yeah.
I'm just a huggable person, Des.
Well, there you go. That's just a weird thing, like, you know.
Thanks, Des.
No problem.
Good luck.
You were never
enjoy your hugs over the weekend.
I will indeed. Thank you very much.
Very good. Okay.
Will you be getting any loving with those hugs, or is it all about hugs in your house?
No, there's plenty of loving along with it.
Very good. Yep. Thanks, Des. Good luck.
No problem.
Bye.
Really, was that creepy what I did earlier?
Yeah,
with Lucy?
it was. Totally, yeah.
But she put her arms out to me first.
But you do it with every female. You're a freak.
No, I do it to men as well.
You don't do it to men.
Hang on a sec. Hang on.
No, get away from me. I don't want one of you. No.
There you go.
Listener party last week, hugging everybody in sight.
Did you feel better after? I think hugs are lovely.
They are, yeah.
They are.
Okay, we want you to finish that sentence. I feel happiest when... Text or WhatsApp 0877 98 98 98. We've lots more to get through, and we'll get through it in just a moment.
98 FM's Dublin Talks with Des Kelly Interiors, where quality costs less. For carpets, wood floors, beds and mattresses. 98 FM.
Good morning, it's Friday morning, it's 98 FM's Dublin Talks. I'm Adrian and he's Jeremy, and because it's Friday, we like to get into a happy place when it's Friday, and we bring out our happy music, and we ask you to finish this sentence.
I'm happiest when, and I want to let every single one of you know that I am giving every single 98 FM listener a virtual hug right now. If you're listening to us at the moment, well, if you're not listening to us, you won't hear me saying this, so it's pointless, but for every single person that's listening to us, I am sending you a hug down the radio.
Can I just say, there's probably at least half our audience that just don't want a hug off you?
I would say 95% actually.
Yeah.
Didn't you went to hug someone famous once?
I did. I was at a premiere and Liam Neeson was there. Now, I've a few idols in my world, yeah?
Yes.
Liam Neeson would be one. Kiefer Sutherland is another. And I'm actually getting to see him later on this year. He's playing, by the way, in The Ambassador. No, not The Ambassador. The one on Abbey Street. What's that called? Is that The Ambassador?
No.
The one on Abbey Street. What's it called?
I don't know. I'm not going.
Are you
The
not?
Academy, Adrian.
Oh, The Academy, yeah, sorry.
Sorry, so you met Liam Neeson?
I met Liam Neeson. No, sorry, I'm looking forward to seeing Kiefer Sutherland. He's playing a gig in The Academy on the 30th of June. This is Jack Bauer. Hello.
Yeah, I know who Kiefer
Do you know
Sutherland.
the significance of this?
Well, the Lost Boys, he would be to me.
He's playing a gig with his band in The Academy. Tickets are on sale today, by the way. So there you go. Anyway, Liam Neeson. Liam, great to meet you. You've been an idol of mine for years.
It was the Michael Collins premiere, wasn't it?
And that was years ago, and I put my arms out for a hug.
Yeah.
And he snarled at me.
No, don't want a hug from you, Adrian.
He just turned around and walked away.
No.
So when I meet Kiefer Sutherland, I probably won't attempt to give him a hug because it mightn't go down well.
I will.
But it didn't with...
Did he say, I will hug you? Oh, no, that was before the Taken movies.
Anyway, the point being, he wasn't into hugging at all.
Here's a little tidbit of information. You can use this yourselves and impress your friends and family. Did you know that Michael Collins, the movie Michael Collins, starring Liam Neeson, who never changes his accent no matter what the movie is. Same accent.
He puts on a sort of an American accent.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
Michael Collins is the only movie that Liam Neeson has died in. Do you get me? It's the only movie that Liam Neeson has died in.
Michael Collins.
Michael Collins. He obviously was shot at the end of it.
Well, obviously, yeah.
Gone. Yeah, that is the only movie that Liam Neeson has ever actually died in a movie. In every other movie he's been in, he has never died. So if you want to impress your friends over the weekend or your family, you can tell them that little bit of useless information. You can say, hey, I found out something on 98FM's Dublin Talks on Friday that Liam Neeson has only ever died in one movie, and that movie was, Adrian? Michael Collins.
Yeah.
Michael
Okay,
Collins.
yeah, fair enough. Thanks for that wonderful bit of information.
Even when he was playing Schindler was alive at the end, wasn't he?
He was, yeah. Joe, you're on 98 FM. How are you, Joe?
How you doing, lads? How's things?
Hey, Joe.
Finish the sentence for me. I'm happiest when?
I'm eating.
Yeah, I have to say I'm happy when I'm eating as well.
I don't know how, though, Jeremy. You eat. The way you eat is absolutely disgusting.
Joe, I eat like a wildebeest in the Serengeti plains.
You do?
Yeah, so do I. It's nothing better than being out and walk all day and coming home to a big slap-up dinner.
You know those videos that Attenborough does where it shows like 7 wildebeest feasting on a crocodile or something?
That's
me.
you, yeah. I've seen you eating, and my God almighty, the noisy mate.
Yeah, my kids leave the room when I'm eating, and that's the truth.
What, they just can't stand to see
eating.
Yeah.
Yeah, they leave the room. They actually go upstairs.
Well, I have to say, I used to go for lunch regularly with Jeremy, and I don't do it anymore because it puts me off my lunch. So
yeah, my kids are the same. They can't even eat.
It's disgusting to look at.
It's a bit hurtful, Adrian.
No, like if you get if we're out for lunch and he has a burger, the burger is gone before the plate even hits the table.
Joe, I like yourself. I'm a man of appetite. I have many appetites. Yeah,
of course. You need a big group.
Yeah.
You need to get it into you.
And
It's lovely.
how long? My record, I've eaten a foot-long Subway in 3 minutes. Do you think that's fairly?
Yeah, I beat that. I beat that hands down. No
I don't think.
in America, I get one of the 2-foot ones. No, the big 2-foot ones. You get them in a cardboard box. They're exactly 24 inches long. I get one of them in about 5 minutes.
Now, Joe, we were having fun and games here and having a laugh, and now you're talking about eating 2-foot-long Subway. That's ridiculous.
No, it's a hot dog. Like a hot dog. You get them over in the Universal Studios. They're literally 2 foot long, and they come in a cardboard. You open handles on them.
Yes,
and the onions and the sauce and everything, and it's serious food.
I remember ordering that hot dog in Universal Studios. It is actually 2 foot long, Adrian.
Yeah.
And
how do you eat it all?
How do you eat it all?
Yeah.
It took me about 10 minutes.
Cut it in half and gone. Devour it. Lovely.
So you can do a foot long Subway in 3 minutes, can you?
I do it in under 3 minutes, guaranteed.
Joe, we should go out and have lunch.
That sounds like a beautiful lunch. It does. Thanks, Joe. And finally, Dee, I am happiest when... Hello, Dee?
Hello, sorry.
Oh, hello, Dee. How are you? I am happiest when...
I go home from work in the evening and I crash out with my grandchildren.
Ah, isn't that lovely?
I have to say, Dee, you don't sound old enough to be a grandmother.
Oh, I love you.
Let's get that out in the open straight away. I would have said great grandmother.
Thank you. I don't like you anymore.
That changed very quick.
I think I'm going to waver after you spoke about Liam Neeson.
You're going to what?
I'm going to waver.
Why?
After you spoke, because he's my idol.
He's great, isn't he?
Did you know, Dee, the only movie he
I
ever...
wouldn't actually mind snuggling up with him.
I'd say he'd be interested.
Is he married or?
At the moment, isn't?
No, he's not.
No.
He's I think he's gone out with somebody.
Yeah,
his wife died a few years ago. You remember?
Yeah. Do you know the only movie he ever died in was Michael Collins? Dee?
Michael Collins, so I heard you say.
Yeah. That man is indestructible in movies. If you've ever seen the Taken movies,
I have.
I mean, they just fire bullets at him, and
he's still alive.
Or you can't kill me.
Yeah. By the way, Jeremy, just to wrap up on this, wildebeests are herbivores, according to one of our listeners.
Oh, Jesus, is that
a group of them would never be chewing on a crocodile. So you got that one wrong.
Did I not see that in the programme?
They'd be chewing on lots of trees and leaves and stuff like that, but they won't be chewing on a crocodile.
They're vegans, aren't they?
Yeah,
scum.
Yeah.
Scum.
Anyway, there you go.
How many grandchildren have you got, by the way? 2, is it?
No, I've 10.
You've 10 grandchildren?
Yeah.
And do you remember all their...
Do I remember all their names? Yes, I do.
I mean, I've always wondered how when you have loads of grandchildren like that, you can remember all their names.
I do get very confused at times when they're all there.
So literally you have a different birthday every month of the year, a different grandchild?
I do indeed, yes.
Oh, God, the cost of it.
Yep.
Thank you, Dee.
No problem.
Bye. Yeah. I'm fascinated by your Liam Neeson fact.
Yes.
Who knew that Liam Neeson only ever died in one movie, and that one movie, according to Jeremy, I want to stress that, according to Jeremy,
it's
that one movie was Michael Collins.
Michael Collins. And of course he was shot by, was it the English or the IRA? Who shot him? I'm not...
The IRA, wasn't it? I think about it.
It could be scurrilous, what you're saying.
Why, the IRA going to sue me, are they?
They could. They haven't gone away, you know.
No, it was the IRA, I think, wasn't it? It was down Bay and the Blah or something.
No, it was in Cork.
Yeah.
But
I've been on the road that he was shot on.
What?
I've been on the road.
Okay, but Michael Collins has only ever died in one movie.
Michael Collins has?
No,
yeah,
sorry.
So he obviously he only died once.
No, Liam Neeson has only ever died in one movie, and of course he had to die because...
That's how the story ends.
Yes, it was historically accurate. So you couldn't have Liam Neeson walking off at the end of Michael Collins saying, "I'll be back. You haven't killed me yet, you know." Adrian, another story in the news today which a lot of people are fascinated about. You have the audio there, don't you?
I do indeed.
Have a listen to... Well, before you have a listen to this is a story that has gone worldwide in the last 24 hours. And it raises the argument, Adrian, as to whether or not there is such a thing as comedy going too far. A man in the UK has been convicted of committing a hate crime after he filmed his pet dog doing Nazi salutes. Okay, so this man in Scotland basically taught his dog, which is a pug. His name is Mark Meehan, by the way, is his name. And
this guy's a comedian, is he?
He's a bit of a comedian, yeah. He's an online comedian. And he basically taught his pug dog how to do Nazi salutes. You know, the Sieg Heil. You know that salute?
Yeah.
And he put the video up on Facebook to annoy his girlfriend. And, he was convicted of a hate crime in court this week.
Okay, let's have a listen to the audio from that video.
My girlfriend is always ranting and raving about how cute and adorable her wee dog is. And so I thought I would turn him into the least cute thing that I could think of, which is a Nazi. Buddha, do you want to gas the juice? Do you want to gas the juice? Mum will gas the juice, son. You want to gas the juice? Do you want to gas the juice? Come on, gas the juice. Come on, gas the juice, son. Come on. Do you want to gas the juice? Sieg Heil. Sieg Heil. Sieg Heil. Sieg Heil.
Now, I've seen that video, by the way, and I think it is... okay, the dog is cute and the dog does what it's told to do. I find that very distasteful.
Okay, well,
in fact, I think it's quite vile.
Well,
the Jews.
The judge found it grossly offensive and said that it was a hate crime that he committed. Here's the thing. You've heard him there. That was the video of him. So he's basically in the living room with his girlfriend's little pug dog, and he's teaching the dog how to do the Sieg Heil with the hand, saying, "Gas the Jews, gas the Jews." Now, obviously, to joke about the Holocaust, and he said this himself, the Holocaust is no laughing matter, okay? There's nothing funny about the Holocaust, where millions and millions of Jews were gassed to their death. There's nothing funny about that as well. But are we not reaching a point in society where comedians are being told that they cannot joke about certain things? Ricky Gervais tweeted about this yesterday, and he basically said, if we have freedom of speech, we have freedom of speech, and you cannot, if you're going to tell a comedian what jokes they can or cannot crack, then...
That's censorship.
That's censorship. I want to get your thoughts on this very quick.
Okay, can I just say that my issue with that is... okay, the dog hasn't a clue what's going on. The dog is being trained to respond to certain words, yeah?
Okay.
But just the expression, gas the Jews, is just grotesque.
Okay, text us now, 0877 98 98 98. Of course, he doesn't want to gas Jews, Adrian. He was just simply talking about...
But he was getting his dog to react to a statement like gas the Jews.
What the Nazis used to say. So can comedians not make jokes about the Holocaust now? By the way,
what's funny about the Holocaust?
Several Jewish people, by the way, have said that they don't find that offensive. I'm just saying that. Several Jewish people have come out and said that they don't find it offensive. There's nothing offensive or there's nothing funny about the Holocaust whatsoever. But are we...
then how can you make a joke out of it?
Okay, can we joke about 9/11?
I've never heard anyone joking about 9/11.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you been living under a rock? There's many jokes that have gone around about 9/11. Can we joke about cancer?
No.
Really? Can't joke about cancer. Okay, what else can people not make jokes about? Can people make jokes about Madeleine McCann? Comedians regularly... I've heard several comedians making jokes about Madeleine McCann.
No, I think that's horrible.
Okay, so we can't joke about anything anymore.
I didn't say that.
Well, what can we joke about?
There are certain things that cross a line. And the gas the Jews is definitely crossing that line.
Let me read out a message there. This is absolute BS. Count Ducula, that's his name, by the way, this comedian's name, should not have been convicted. An utter bunch of crap. It's a bloody joke, for heaven's sake. It's tyrannical, says that person. Again, this fella made a joke about the Holocaust. He taught his girlfriend's dog how to do Zeke Heil. In my opinion, it's absolutely no different than the episode of Fawlty Towers with the Germans, where Basil Fawlty has gone, Zeke Heil, the Germans are here. No difference.
Firstly, that was made in 1975. Okay,
so we're snowflakes now. Is that what we're
That was 40 odd years ago. I just think it's very inappropriate. I really do. I'd love to know what anybody else thinks about it. 0877 98 98 98. Now, we were talking about Jeremy's fascinating fact of the day.
It's not. Here, calm down there. Don't be bigging it up. It's not fascinating. It's just something I picked up. That Liam Neeson has only ever died in one movie, and that movie was, in fact,
Michael Collins. Apparently.
And it was all the IRA's fault, according to Adrian. I don't think that was ever proven.
The anti-treaty IRA, yeah.
I'll find out who shot Michael Collins. I'll get your names. So I'm going to get your names, okay? Actual names.
Michael Collins signs up for the Division of Ireland, and the anti-treaty IRA weren't happy. So, there you go.
They shot him.
That's it, in summary. Killian.
Yes.
Who shot Michael Collins, Killian?
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Who knows?
They've organised it, didn't they?
Allegedly. No, it was the anti-treaty IRA who had him shot. Anyway, sorry, Killian. Jeremy said that, what's his name, Liam Neeson only died in one movie, and that was Michael Collins.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but did Liam Neeson not play Raj Al Ghul in Batman Begins, and he died?
I've never seen said movie.
Yeah, that's actually right. Yeah, that's right. Okay, sorry about that. Eric.
So Liam Neeson was in Batman.
Yeah. Eric, Liam Neeson died in what movie?
Star Wars.
Now, you should know that, Dixon. You're a Star Wars freak.
No, that's not correct, Eric. I'm sorry. I hate making fools of people on the radio, but you're a fool.
What part did he play in Star Wars?
Qui-Gon Jinn in The Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
Here, Eric, don't tell Star Wars' biggest fan.
So how do you not know he died?
That is, yeah, okay. Darth Maul did kill Qui-Gon in Star Wars: The Phantom Menace. That is correct, Eric. But if you know the movie, did he not come back as a ghost? You can't kill a Jedi.
Still dead.
You can't kill a Jedi. Jedi don't die.
But then he wouldn't come back as a ghost.
What?
Then he wouldn't come back as a ghost.
What I'm saying is, Derek, he didn't die in Star Wars. You can't kill a Jedi. They just become more powerful when you kill them.
I don't know about that.
Derek, do you find jokes
That's
about...
Eric, by the way. Stop putting a D where it's not required.
Eric, do you find jokes about the Holocaust offensive?
No, not really, no.
Do you think this man should have been done with a hate crime for teaching his dog how to do the Nazi salute?
No, not really, no.
I mean, I dressed up as Adolf Hitler for Halloween when I was 10 years old. Should I have been arrested, Adrian?
You're only 10. That's the difference. Anyway, thank you. Sorry, just to clarify a number of matters here.
Okay. Sorry, have I made a complete fool of myself?
Yes, basically. Liam Neeson was killed in several movies. Several.
But he wasn't shot by the IRA in several movies.
No, that was in one movie. Yeah? Obviously the IRA didn't shoot him in Star Wars, for example.
No, they didn't.
But he died in oodles of movies.
Yes,
in fact, somebody just texted in a moment ago to say he died in 24 movies.
I would have loved Star Wars had the IRA being the bad guys in it. Can you imagine? We're going to kill you, Jedi scum.
Sorry, who's on line one? Oh, Stephen. He also died in what movie?
The Deadpool.
Yeah.
He wasn't in the... Was he in the Deadpool?
Yeah.
I really need to... Sorry, the Deadpool, the movie, the superhero movie that's out at the moment.
No, Clint Eastwood. I think it's the 80s.
Oh, the Dirty Harry movie.
Dirty Harry movie, yeah.
Dead.
He actually did die in that movie.
Dead. Sorry, I can give you countless lists of
Stephen,
movies that he died in.
Who shot Michael Collins, Stephen? Any ideas?
Some young fella he cast in the film.
That's actually true. It was an actor in the movie.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Was it not those fellas out of Star Wars? Did they not shoot him? No.
But the Empire?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't the Empire. I'm sorry.
And finally on the Sea Kyle dog, comedy isn't comedy anymore. Adrian's a perfect example of PC gone mad.
Oh, you are.
Ricky Gervais is spot on here, 100%. I blame the rise of social justice warriors and stupid people that get offended on other people's behalf.
Now, Adrian gave us a list of things that we cannot joke about anymore, which include...
give you a list.
Which include the Holocaust.
Okay, all I'd say
9/11
is go and visit Auschwitz and then see is it funny to make a joke about gassing the Jews. There you go.
I don't think jokes about gassing the Jews are funny. Okay, I don't think they are. But I reserve the right, Adrian, to let a comedian make a joke about that. Who are you to decide what is offensive and what is not offensive? I mean, what type of jokes do you like now?
Gangs of New York. Shot in that as well. Killed in that as well. So I don't know where.
Sorry, there was a movie as well with wolves where he was eaten by wolves at the end of it. What was that movie called? They savaged him.
So in fact,
okay, yeah, he's actually died.
I think probably what you learned, and you got it a bit arseways, is Liam Neeson has died in nearly every movie he's been in.
Bar Taken.
Yeah. He survived everything in that.
Oh, how could one of my favourite movies is where he gets savaged by the wolf. Remember at the end, you wolves aren't going to eat me. I'm from the north of Ireland. And the next minute, row, 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 and they savage him.
And he also died in what, Vinny? What other movie?
He died. Did he die in the movie The Grey with the Wolves?
Yeah.
Did I not just say that?
Yeah, we did just say that.
I didn't hear you because I'm listening on the phone and the lady rang me back.
Well, no, the ending of that movie, Vinny, was actually, what's the word, Adrian, where you don't know what happens? It's left to the imagination.
Yeah, he was dead.
No, because you see him lying on him and the wolf are dead. You see him lying on the wolf.
Yep.
If you look at that movie again, you see him lying on the wolf. The two of them are dead. Him and the wolf. He fights the wolf. The two of them are die.
So he was killed by the wolf and the IRA.
The wolf.
And the IRA.
Yeah. And the IRA. Yeah.
Right. So the IRA killed the wolves.
Yeah.
Is that it?
No.
Sorry, this is very confusing.
And the wolf killed him. So he dies twice.
Right. He died in every bloody movie he was ever in.
And can I just say, lads, and Vinny, I'm deadly serious here, I don't like jokes about the IRA, to be honest with you. They are responsible for a lot of bloodshed, and I don't find jokes about the IRA funny.
Okay, final text on that whole issue. Either everything can be joked about or nothing can be.
Here we go, yeah, absolutely. You cannot make a list of subjects that cannot be joked about. Would you agree?
This is 98 FM's Dublin Talks.
Snowflake.
We're going to find out after the break what Nafina are objecting to with regard to the metro in just a second.
The sound of the city. 98 FM's Dublin Talks.
Now, as you will have heard in the news earlier on today, the GAA club Nafina on Moby Road in Glasnevin is very unhappy with plans for the metro to Dublin Airport. I want to hear from you. There was a bit of a row in our office earlier on over this about them standing in the way of progress and how we desperately need this metro service. It's going to put people out, but they need to get over themselves. I'm joined on the line by Cormac O'Donoghue, who is the chairman of Nafina GAA club. Cormac, welcome to 98 FM. Tell me how the development of the metro is going to affect Nafina.
Adrian, effectively the proposal as it stands at the moment is likely to rip out the heart of community in our local area in Drumcondra and Glasnevin. And the biggest effect it's going to have is actually on our membership and on our children. Our facilities are utilised by up to 2,000 children on a weekly basis. That's our club members alone. And the withdrawal of those facilities in the heart of our community is going to have a major effect, particularly on those children, their lifestyle and their ability to engage in their community.
Now, some people are a little bit confused how the development of the metro will directly impact on Nafina. So tell me exactly what you've been told and what the impact will be.
First of all, we have been a little bit frustrated by the fact that we are only in receipt of information on this, effectively some detailed information since Tuesday, 48 hours before the announcement of the new emerging proposed route was made. And what the proposal entails is actually the requisitioning of our main facility, which is our main pitch on Moby Road, and our two all-weather facilities. They are the most utilised community facilities in our area and in our community. The plans entail requisitioning those for the complete period of construction of the new metro link.
So essentially, it would mean the closing down of Nafina on Moby Road.
Well, At the moment, Adrian, we're trying to examine the details in principle. Obviously, there has been a serious amount of planning going on in the background for a number of months, which we were not privy to. We're now trying to assess the full details and the full proposals. We're trying to understand exactly what the plans, as outlined by TII and the NTA, are. And then we'll have a better idea of exactly what it will mean. But our understanding at the moment is that it will, in effect, remove our community and our cultural activities from the heart of our community. And that will have an irreparable damage, particularly on the younger generations, so those coming through, who may well miss the opportunity that have been afforded to those of us who had the pleasure of availing them over the years to date.
So essentially, Na Fianna, which was one of the finest facilities on the north side in terms of GAA facilities, will become a building site for the period of the development of the metro.
Precisely, Adrian. And at the moment, our understanding of the plans is that our clubhouse will be encapsulated by a building site, which will effectively render it to being useless for 6 or possibly 7 years. And we're obviously gravely concerned about it. It's a while. We have to say as well, we certainly recognise the need for improvement in our public transport system. I think that is absolutely key. But however, we do feel that doesn't have to be done at the expense of community and cultural activism. And we feel it quite remarkable that probably one of the most successful social and community and sporting enterprises in our community, in our city, and possibly in our country, in Na Fianna, has been the chosen site. Maybe it's somewhat reflective of the level of respect that's afforded to community activism and volunteerism in our society, which is maybe a little bit of a sad commentary on where we're at the minute.
All right, finally, Cormac, what can and what will you do about this?
Well, at the moment, Adrian, we're just less than 24 hours from since the announcement of it. We're exploring all of our options at the moment.
Cormac O'Donoghue, chairman of Na Fianna GAA Club on Moby Road. Thanks very much indeed for joining us on 98 FM.
Adrian.
I'd love to hear from you on this on 6797981. If you've kids involved in Na Fianna, if you're involved in Na Fianna yourself, or if you think they should just suck it up and get over it. I'd love to hear from you. 6797981. Live and exclusive to Dublin's 98 FM, Monday through Friday between 10 and midday. This is Adrian Kennedy. You're with 98 FM's Dublin Talks. And Adrian is here with Friday's top headlines.
Thanks, Adrian. Good morning. We're just getting some breaking news. Islamic State claims it has taken hostages in France. The details are just breaking now. We'll bring you more as soon as we can. Follow us online for the latest. The beast from the east isn't done with Ireland just yet. Met Éireann's forecasting temperatures will plummet early next week, leaving the possibility of snowfall. But forecasters believe it won't be as cold as the previous 2 cold snaps. Na Fianna is opposing the new Metrolink plans. The construction phase of the €3 billion rail project will see the Glasnevin GAA club lose access to its pitches. The club says they only found out about the plans a week ago. The taxman's ordered a number of first-time buyers to pay back money they received from the Help to Buy scheme. It's after an audit determined that they actually didn't qualify for the grant worth up to €20,000. And thousands of volunteers are out across the country collecting for the Irish Cancer Society. The charity hopes to raise €4 million in its biggest fundraising event of the year. And now you're up to date on 98.
This is 98 FM's Dublin Talks with Adrian Kennedy.
It's Friday morning, the 23rd day of March 2018. I hope everything is good with you. I'm Adrian Kennedy, and from now until midday today, this is 98 FM's Dublin Talks. A little bit later on, we have a pair of tickets to give away for this Sunday's Dublin Monaghan League match in Croke Park. I won't say it's a must-win because Dublin have already topped the league, but it's always a good match between Dublin and Monaghan. They play this Sunday in Croker. I have a pair of tickets to give away for that match on our Say What You See quiz. Now, talking of the GAA, one particular GAA club on Moby Road in Glasnevin is not happy. Not happy with proposals for the development of the metro, which were announced yesterday. The details of the route were announced yesterday, and it goes all the way from the south side out to and past Dublin Dublin Airport out to Swords. It is a facility, in fact, it's quite embarrassing in this country that every other airport you fly to, unless it's a really tiny little shed of an airport, has a rail connection. You get off the plane, you go downstairs, you hop on a train and off you go. Dublin, no, we don't have that facility. So it is being planned. But part of the plans and part of the route take in the area around Nafina GAA Club. And they were told only on Tuesday that essentially their front pitches are going to be, well, taken away from them essentially, and turned into a building site for the period of the build. Now, some people are saying, get over it, you'll have other pitches, it'll be grand, it's only for a couple of years and then you can get back to normal. Others are saying that Nafina need to get over themselves. They shouldn't be standing in the way of progress. We desperately need this metro to Dublin Airport. And as I said, it is quite embarrassing. If any of you travel anywhere, you will realise how poor our transport links are when you arrive into Dublin Airport. We're used to it. We know we can get the air coach or whatever to go wherever we're going. You can get a taxi, you can get a bus. But really, it's not good enough in this day and age, so we don't have a rail connection to Dublin Airport. It's finally being planned, and a lot of people are saying that organisations like Nafina GAA should just suck it up, basically. Frank, you're on 98 FM. How are you, Frank?
Adrian, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Frank. How are you getting on? What did you want to say on this?
I think the metro should get preference there, to be quite honest with you.
At the expense, and by the way, for those of you not familiar with Nafina, it is one of the most successful, one of the most vibrant GAA clubs in the whole of Dublin. It has produced some amazing footballers that have played for Dublin. It's a brilliant facility. I was actually meant to be going to a party there tonight, but I'm going to be away. It's that good a facility, and it's going to be, I won't say obliterated, but it's going to be desperately affected.
Well, listen, it will continue to produce fantastic players, Adrian. That's not the issue. You have to break an egg to make an omelette. Now, as far as I'm concerned, if this was happening a kilometre or a kilometre and a half either opposite side of Nafina, they wouldn't care less. Wouldn't bother them. Now, there was businesses in town there while the Lewis Works was going on, yeah, that was affected. They had to just put up with it. Now they're reaping the rewards because there's more people coming into the city with the Lewis, yeah?
Yeah, no, I do get that, and I remember...
And unfortunately, Nafina has been there. It's like the issue with Pro Park, say, and where it is. It's been there from day one, if you like.
Yeah.
But Dublin has grown vastly, and it's moving on, and we have to move on. Now, Nafina GAA can use... There's Aaron's Oil up there in Finglas. There's a few clubs around that they can use the pitch if and when they need to use the pitch. They can do some sort of deal with the contractors or whatever, put a time on it, starting from this month and then 2 years exactly we want their pitch back and that's it. You know, I'm sure Nafina, I'm sure they get a few bob over it if they play their cards right.
Okay, so you're saying that even though it will be a huge inconvenience for them, they shouldn't be standing in the way of progress?
No, you cannot. You can't do that. You can't. I mean, that's like someone, if they're building a motorway and you have one guy living in a house in the middle of it, and he says, no, I don't want it. What, do you stop the bed? Do you stop the motorway and go around them?
Well, no, that's where compulsory purchases come in, yeah.
You take it off them. Now, I mean, look, no, you can't. And I mean, I know there's 2,000 kids that use it, but I mean, the amount of people that will be using the metro, I'm afraid, outweighs that vastly. So.
All right, stay there for 1 second, Frank. I'd love to hear from you on this. If you're involved in the club, if you've children who go to the club, as we heard from Cormac O'Donoghue a while ago, 2,000 children a week use the facilities of Nafina. And as I said, it's a fantastic ground. It's a fantastic clubhouse. Now, there are also schools right beside it that are going to be affected by this as well. But, as Frank said, should they be standing in the way of progress? Billy, you're on 98 FM. How are you, Billy?
Oh, yeah, I agree with Frank. I'm a member of a GA club in the north side. I won't mention it because I don't want to fall out with anyone in the Fianna. But we had a lovely few pitches in our area, and it was took over by a developer. And we done great over. He built us a new clubhouse. Now, we don't have a bar, but he built us a new clubhouse and 2 fine pitches. He took over the land where we used to lease the pitches, and he built a massive housing estate there. And you have all other clubs, like the Fianna will do well over it, like Frank says, they will do well, they'll get money, they get relocated. You take O'Toole's used to be from the North Wall, now they're relocated up to London Drive off the Darndale roundabout, with a fine 2 pitches, hurling wall and the clubhouse. And you've got so many other clubs. You've got Kieran's that have pitches on the N32. You've Ballymun, who don't even play in Ballymun, they play up at the airport, across from the helicopter place. So you've loads of clubs that don't play in their area. It's not the end of the world. And I used to play against the Fianna, and they had a pitch in Santry Avenue, which I think they still have. So they'll get new pitches elsewhere. They could get a better clubhouse, and they'll have a bit of money in the bank. It's not the end of the world. And the need for the metro far outweighs everything else.
Okay, is it that simple that we need to, no matter who gets inconvenienced, this needs to go ahead regardless?
Well, like I said, you're talking a lot more people than there's 2,000 members, and I could go through all the players that played for the Fianna, like Desi Farrell, Sana Connell, Paul Caffrey, the Dublin manager from there, so. But they just get another pitches somewhere else. Like I said, Ballymun are playing it, not in Ballymun, they're playing up the airport.
Yeah.
Whitehall Columkills are up in Clogrin. You've got O'Toole's, who are up here, not too far from me now. They're off the Darndale roundabout. They used to be from the North Wall, but they moved out. They're not from this area, but they're thriving now, and so are so many other clubs that had to move out. It's not the end of the world. When they move out, they'll be well looked after, and they'll have a bit of money in the bank. Simple as that.
Now, I'm getting messages from people, like one says, Nafina, and I don't know how true this is, somebody might be able to clarify this for me, but it says, Nafina have pitches at the side of the airport near Dardistown Cemetery.
They do, yeah.
Is that right?
What I just said to you.
Oh, right, that's right. That's separate from the Ballymun Kickham grounds, is it?
Of course it is. Ballymun Kickham is Park CICEIN, Park Kickham or whatever in Irish, across from the helicopter. And then you have Starlights next to them, and Whitehall had a pitch there, and they had one in Clogrin.
Okay, but Nafina have ones down near Dardistown, have they?
Yeah, totally different, yeah, of course. And they had one in Santry Avenue years ago as well. So, like I said, they've played there for so many years, so it's not like the end of the world if they were to move up that far. But there's no need for them to go that far. I'm sure we could find them something near where they are at the moment, somewhere near Ballymun or somewhere. There's loads of land up there you could build on,
Okay, I have to say I'm a little bit taken aback by this. There's been a lot of commentary today from Nafina with their objections to the proposals for the Metro and how it's going to desperately affect them and their pitches at Moby Road. I have to say, and I'm a little bit surprised by this, not one phone call has come into us supporting Nafina's stance on this. Not one. Which is very interesting. If you're involved in the club, or if you think that Nafina are right to be objecting to the proposals for the Metro North, which will basically render the front of their grounds, the part of the ground that backs onto, the fronts onto Moby Road, will make it useless because it'll be essentially a building site while they are developing the Metro North. If you're somebody who fully supports them objecting to this, I'd love to hear from you on 6797981. But at this moment, not one. Very interesting. Emma, you're on 98 FM. How are you, Emma?
Hi, how are you?
Good, thanks, Emma. What did you want to say?
I think they need to cool the jets. I don't see the Metro happening at all. I mean, as I said in my text, I'm here only 14 years in Swords, and all I've heard is the Metro. It's coming in 2 years, it's coming in 8, it's coming. Give over. I don't think they're ever going to build it. I think it's gone too far now. It's like forever since they desperately need it. Disgrace. Like, I used to work in the airport, to come in like into the country's main international airport and have to either get a taxi
or a bus
that takes forever.
Yeah. I've already said that.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think they need it, but I don't see it happening. You know, the councillors are at the door here every time there's an election peddling the Metro. We'll get the Metro for you. And I feel like saying, I'm 14 years listening to that, give it over.
Although I do think that this time the plan is a little bit more advanced. It is going to happen. It has to happen. I mean,
it has to happen, but I just don't see it. I mean, the last time the plan was out, they had a station picked out there, out where the Ryanair offices is at Airside, and now the offices are all there. So I'm like, where are they putting the station now? There's already a station under the terminal at Dublin Airport. It's lying dormant for years.
Is there?
Yeah, I've been down in it. The track's there. It's ridiculous.
Really? I never knew that.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't think they'll ever do it.
Okay, well, assuming that they do, and, the plans were announced, the route was outlined. Now, obviously, it's all subject to planning permission and everything else, which will take a couple of years. But do you think Na Fianna are right to be upset over this?
I am a big GAA fan, I won't lie, and then, I do feel sorry for the clubs, and I'm sure they have very valid reasons, but like the caller just before me said, they will get money out of it, they will find another home. Like I know his club got the clubhouse built and they got given the pitches. Na Fianna mightn't be that lucky to get what his club got, but they will get something out of it. They're not going to be homeless.
Okay, stay there for a second. Teresa, you're on 98 FM. Hi, Teresa.
Hi, Adrian. How are you doing?
Teresa, you can understand how Na Fianna are upset over these plans.
I can indeed, and I was actually on the page this morning. Where everything has to move forward. How long are they going to be our concern as a Nava GAA fan? How long is it going to be? Are they going to be rehomed? They're going to get a great picture, aren't they? Someone said.
Yes.
And
that they could benefit from it in the long run. The club itself says that no, this is going to screw up the entire club for years on end.
Well, judging by the length it will take them, it will do. They're steadfastly staying there. They said, but if a CPO is put on it, they will have no alternative but to move. Yes.
Okay, but I have to say the majority of the calls that we are getting are people saying you can't stand in the way of progress. This project is like 30 or 40 years overdue. It should have been built centuries ago. But now that it is being planned, it needs to go ahead. And sorry, Na Fianna, if it's going to put you out a bit, but that's just the way it is.
If it were to go ahead, it would set back the club years and years. Yes, progress is important. I understand that, but the cock up with the Lewis, so on, and all the amount of years it will take, if they would need, and I'm saying it steadfastly as a Nava GAA fan of all clubs, I would definitely say if Na Fianna, and I'm a Ballymun Kickers fan, if Na Fianna were guaranteed, sat down and they were guaranteed, they weren't just shunted out of the area. You could probably, maybe take it, but where it's located, it's been there for years.
It has, yeah, no, and like I said, I'm very familiar with the place. It's a fantastic ground, fantastic clubhouse, fantastic facility for the area, but the metro, if and when it gets built, will also be a fantastic facility for Dublin.
Yes,
and you could argue where Na Fianna is serving 2,000 kids every week, the metro to the airport will serve countless thousands every week. Do you know what I mean? Not, a lot more than 2,000.
No, yes, I fully understand, Adrian, and I was, as I say, I was on Na Fianna's page this morning, and a lot in favour of saying yes. If not even a better, it's fabulous the way it is. But if we got an area close by, I'd say yes. People who are saying don't stand in the way of progress, maybe they're not GAA fans, maybe they're not youths, that they don't have family or children who go and play week in, week out.
Well, stay there for 1 second, Teresa, because I'm joined in the studio by Darren Cleary from 98 FM Sport, who has a very strong opinion. I was kind of overheard conversations earlier on, Darren. A lot of people saying, in fact, the majority of people saying, that Na Fianna need to get over themselves, and they should not be standing in the way of progress of what is an essential piece of infrastructure in Dublin?
I think it's an essential piece of infrastructure in Dublin. I absolutely do. But at what stage do we start prioritising social capital over transport links? I mean, there are many ways, Adrian, to get to the airport.
Yeah, the bus, a taxi.
The bus, dozens, taxis. Are we that desperate for a metro link that has to destroy for 6 years, the guts of a decade, a massive social community infrastructure?
I get all that. I was saying that I find it quite embarrassing. For example, I'm going to Switzerland this afternoon, and I'll get off the plane in Zurich Airport. I have a choice of a tram, I have a choice of an underground train, I have a choice of buses, taxis and everything else. In Dublin, it's a bus or a taxi. We need something more significant to serve what is an airport that's growing by the day. We've a second runway in a year and a half. We need this facility, and you know, a lot of people are saying, sorry Na Fianna if it puts you out a little bit for a couple of years, but we need this more than, it's going to serve more people than Na Fianna even does.
But it's too lazy to say sorry Na Fianna. This isn't Na Fianna, this isn't a faceless entity, this is 3,000 human beings.
No, I understand that. I'm very familiar with the club. I'm aware of what they do. Being there, I was actually meant to be going to a party there tonight, and so yeah, I know what it does and what it stands for and what it's achieved over the years.
But the suggestion that, you know, Na Fianna is an entity that is trying to stand in the way of progress, I think is lazy, and I think it's a disservice to the debate. I think the debate should be about what's important in life. Transport links to infrastructure of the city, hugely important. Does it need to be done at the expense of the community? Does it need to be done at the expense of housing?
Somebody is always going to be put out, though. I know, for example, a butcher friend of mine on Moore Street, and while the Lewis was being built, his business nearly shut down. Luckily for him, it didn't shut down. Now the Lewis is open, business is booming again. So, do you know what I mean? There are inconveniences in every type of infrastructural development.
But my understanding is here, why does one community need to bear the brunt of this massive?
Just so happens that that's the route of the metro.
Is that the only way you can get from where they need to go to where they need to be? Is that the only way they can go?
Well, Billy, what do you say to all that?
Well, I'm not an engineer. Unless they were to build a highway, you know, from airport out into the city centre.
My understanding is that section will be underground, is that right? Where Na Fianna is, and it will be a building site at the front of the Na Fianna ground in order to facilitate that development. Am I right? Have I got that right?
That's my understanding of it. It will be a construction project. It'll be a tunnel boring depot for the duration of the project.
Right. So when the project is over,
it'll be a Road station.
A Movie Road station, yeah, okay. But won't the ground return to where it was then after that?
In 6 to 10 years' time. There may not be a club to return grounds to in 6 to 10 years' time.
Okay, I'm also being told, which I didn't realise, that Na Fianna have pitches out near Dardastown, is that right?
No, they're Dublin City Council pitches. Na Fianna, like all GAA clubs in the city, can ask Dublin City Council for pitches. There's only one pitch Na Fianna are ever guaranteed access. That's the main pitch on Movie Road. That's their pitch, they own it, they have control over it. They keep the grass safe, they mind that pitch. They play in St. Vincent's School, they played in Johnstown Park, they play all over the city, in the north side of the city. But they're council pitches, and they rely on the good graces of the council to fix matches for there. There's only one pitch Na Fianna have that they're guaranteed access to, and it's this one.
But it's not the end of the world. They'll still be able to play matches.
I just...
After this project is finished, after 6 or 7 years, Na Fianna will have their pitch back at the front of their ground again.
How many people will they lose in the interim who will decide, do I really want to put myself through the hassle here? How many people from that environ who drink in the club and socialise in the club? But
the clubhouse will stay.
But it won't operate if there's no GAA club there, Adrian. A GAA club is more than just a crest on a jersey or a dressing room or a ball. It's about the sense of community. And when you take away the pitch, which at the very heart of it is the sense of community, it would be like knocking down O'Connell Street for 6 years and say you can have O'Connell Street back in 6 years.
But that nearly did happen when they were built in the Lewis.
It's a vitally important piece, and I think what shouldn't be forgotten here is that a GAA club, an amateur GAA club that caters for 3,000 active members, that has hundreds of kids there every week, was given a day's full notice.
No, I think that was disgraceful. I have to say.
Adrian?
Yes, Billy, yeah.
What I think should happen now is I think the Phoenix should be given a certain date when the construction will start. Obviously, it's not going to start till 2 or 3 years. Now, and next week, I know I'm rushing to go to bed. Next week or a couple of next months, we should start building a new clubhouse for Nafina somewhere near, right? And with the pitches, like we got.
There's not an awful lot of spare land around that area.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, like I said, like O'Toole's, they might have to move out a few miles out, like O'Toole's did from the North Wall out to London Drive. But they should build a new clubhouse for them pitches, right? And then move them into it, right? They should pay for that, the state. And then when all the work is finished, Nafina have the option if they want to move back. But they probably won't want to move back, because if the job is done right, they'll have 2 lovely pitches and a new modernised clubhouse, if it's all done properly.
Although you can't get much nicer than their clubhouse as it is.
Well, I haven't been in it in years, but I'm sure it needs renovation.
It's state of the art. No, it's been done in the last 10 or 15 years. It's state of the art. The dressing rooms are brilliant. They're well kept. They've got a full-time staff that actually are tasked with looking after the grounds, and it makes money for them in terms of generating revenue from parties. Adrian mentioned himself that he was going to be going to a party. I think this idea that it's an American sports thing, that you can take a team, put it in a different place for a while, and if the people like the team enough, they'll come to it. You have to understand, this is at the heart of the community.
But sure,
yeah, but it's happened in the past to football clubs like Shamrock Rovers.
You can't put your heart on your foot and it will still be your heart.
But sure, Darren, O'Toole's were at the heart of the community in North Wall, but they all moved out and they ran with the times. They're thriving out here now in London Drive.
All right, both of you stay there for a second. Terry, I'm going to talk to you straight after the break. You're a resident from that area and you're dreading it for loads of reasons.
Yeah.
Okay, stay there for 1 second. I'll be with you straight after the break.
98 FM's Dublin Talks with Des Kelly Interiors, where quality costs less. For carpets, wood floors, beds and mattresses. 98 FM.
We're in the middle of a conversation about something that's going to remain in the news for quite some time, because this project's going to take years anyway. But there was the announcement yesterday of the route for the metro link to Dublin Airport, something that is very badly needed. No matter what your opinion on the Nafina project, the running of the metro to Dublin Airport is it's unbelievably badly needed. But as part of that development, Nafina GAA Club on Moby Road in Glasnevin will be really badly inconvenienced. Their pitch at the front of the clubhouse will become a building site for a couple of years. Well, actually not for a couple of years. They reckon up to 6 or 7 years. And they are very upset that it will literally destroy their club. Taria, you're on 98 FM. Hi, Taria.
Hiya.
Now, you're dreading it for loads of reasons. Like what?
I'm dreading it for my own selfish reasons as a resident. Just the inconvenience it's going to cause, but I don't think, we don't have a choice. The same people who are calling out for the metro last week are now up in arms because the FINA is affected. Like, I don't have a vested interest in the FINA. I'd be more concerned maybe about Griffith Park being impacted because I walk my dogs there. Do I think it's going to happen? No, because of the people with vested interest in the FINA, and they're quite vocal. So I doubt what's going to happen to the FINA. I'm kind of more interested in where it might be relocated to.
Oh, so you actually think that enough of if they make a loud enough noise, it will be routed away from where Nafina is? And you're worried about what? That it might be near your house then?
I wonder where else it would be. Like, as it is. Like,
and whereabouts do you live?
I live kind of one road over from Moby Road, so close to where they will be doing the boring. And I worked in East Point when they were doing the Port Tunnel, and I felt the shockwaves all the time. So you kind of have that's our kind of aspect of it, and as other residents are kind of concerned about the inconvenience.
But do you not get that? Do you not get that? I mean, yes, I know residents were, residents above where the Port Tunnel is did get a lot of inconvenience, and there was cracks in buildings and everything else. But it's now done. It's a part of the city. Yeah. It's, we've kind of forgotten all that went on while the Port Tunnel was being built. So surely this is the same thing. It's going to be inconvenience for a couple of years.
Yeah, I think so, yeah, and hopefully it's managed okay. I know, like, a while back when they were resurfacing the road, I mean, it was going on until maybe 5:30, 6 in the morning, and then you're getting up to work after listening to it. all night long, so hopefully it won't be too bad, but I don't think we have an option, you know. If it's not on our side, it'd probably be in Drumcondra. I think it could maybe have a worse impact in Drumcondra, because Drumcondra is a bigger kind of commuter route. Please God, it'll do something about the traffic. But yeah, I don't think we have a choice. Whether it'll happen in Dixon, I don't think it will. I hope my park isn't taken away, but possibly it will be. But
right, and in fact, I've just found out a couple of moments ago, Darren, you were telling me that the incoming president of the GAA is from Nafina.
Yes, John Horns, a Nafina clubman. I think it's more about again, I would point to the fact it's not about patches of grass. Adrian, you've said rightly so, Nafina have a number of patches of grass that they can play on, that they do play on outside of Mulvey Road. It's about the sense of community, and for a lot of people it hasn't really been brought to the forefront at the moment, but there are 2 schools within feet of that what will become a building site.
Yes, which are also going to be inconvenienced.
School Mulvey and School Katrina.
Yeah.
And 6 years, you're talking a generation of people who will go to school from first year to 6th year, and school will be a building site.
All right, Sarah, you're on 98 FM. Hi, Sarah.
Hello, how
Sarah,
are you?
you're angry over this. Why?
Well, because you can't move for GAA pitches in Dublin or Ireland for that matter.
That's a bit of an exaggeration now, Sarah.
Seriously. How many ice rinks do we have in Ireland?
None.
How many ice skaters do we have, Sarah?
We have, let me see, 1, 2, we've about 30 to 40.
So you're hardly criticising the success and the brilliance of the GAA, are you?
No, I'm not. I'm not saying that it's an actual, like, they're going to be inconvenienced for what, maybe a year or 2?
No,
3.
well, 6. 6 they've been told.
6 years. Well, what about the people that have to travel to Belfast every weekend so they can train, or the people that have to move away from their countries so they can train?
I take it you're involved in that sport, are you?
Yes, I live in Belfast. My daughter's a figure skater. I moved from Rathfarnham to Belfast so she could train.
Oh, right.
And there's absolutely no facilities available for that sport.
But
so why did everybody else get something?
I could argue with you, Sarah, that, you know, figure skating is a very minority sport, and it is. Where
it's not really.
Well,
if you look at the ice rinks at Christmas time, all the seasonal rinks that come, they're packed. Absolutely.
No, I understand that, and I'm shocked to hear that you had to move to Belfast just to get your daughter.
I'm not the only one. Our men's senior champion lives in Scotland.
But
he trains in Scotland.
The interest doesn't exist in this country for that sport.
That's my point. Yeah,
that's rubbish. How do you mean it doesn't exist? My daughter's interested. She's Irish.
If it existed, you'd have 1 million people watching it, like the All Ireland final. You'd have it on every back page of the newspaper.
Well, tell me how many people watched the Olympics, the Winter Olympics that were on. Tell me how many people were involved. We've just had our national championships in London.
To participation, and the people who watch it would be a fraction of who are involved in GAA.
I was about to say that. I mean, if you were to get the viewing figures for figure skating in the Winter Olympics here in Ireland, it would be minuscule in comparison to the 1.
But does that make it any less of a sport, though?
I didn't say it does. So your point on this, anyway, is Nafina need to get over themselves, is it?
Well, they're going to be inconvenienced. I've been travelling to Belfast for 5 years before my daughter actually moved here. And we used to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning so we could travel, so she could be on the ice at 7.
I'm curious to know, did you ring in to highlight the lack of facilities for figure skating, or did you ring in with an opinion on the Nafina GAA club?
Look, I understand GAA is an Irish sport. It's a big sport in our country.
It's the biggest sport in the country. Sorry, it's the biggest sport in the country.
But there are other sports, and you don't see it. Like, we were supposed to have an ice rink in Liffey Valley, and that was gone, completely gone, scrapped. But there wasn't a big, massive uproar that there is about this.
Yeah, but an eye for an eye and everyone's blind. Just because you don't get it your way, surely doesn't mean you would begrudge Nafina.
But we're not asking for it to get it our way. We're asking for it to be, everybody to be given the same facilities for their sport.
Okay, so your sport gets... I get it. Your sport gets no facilities at all.
None.
And
absolutely none.
This metro,
you get an ice rink at Christmas time in Dundrum.
Okay, this metro project is going to inconvenience one GAA club out of the hundreds that there are around the country, or thousands. I take your point. Let me just bring in one last call. Paul, you're on 98 FM. Hiya, Paul.
Adrian, how are you?
Good, thanks, Paul. Very quickly, what do you want to say?
I'm just thinking, in respect of Clonkeene, St. Anne's, I think that possibly dropped. And now Nafina, I mean, where's it going to stop? Are we going to start digging up the Phoenix Park next to put in a new rail line? I mean, surely our sports facilities for youngsters are very, very important.
Absolutely.
And I think one thing that's been forgotten about too, Adrian, is right beside Nafina is a soccer pitch. I forget who owned the soccer pitch. I'm not sure if it's Home Farm or one of the. It's one of the bigger. It's one of the bigger clubs. I think, yeah.
Yeah, Home Farm, yeah.
There'll be obviously, if Nafina's pitches are disrupted for 6 years, obviously that soccer pitch will be disrupted as well. And like I say, I think sporting facilities for our youngsters, we're talking about taking our youngsters off the streets, so we're talking about facilities for our youngsters. And now we're just saying, well, let's disrupt that. Let's not take that away for 6 years.
Okay, but as we said a few minutes ago, it's not like Nafina, the clubhouse and everything else is going to be bulldozed to the ground. It's not. The pitches will be requisitioned for 6 years. They can still play elsewhere, Paul.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing, Adrian. Why do they have to? Why should they? Don't get me wrong. I'm all for progress. I agree with progress. I think it's brilliant. I think it's about time we had a metro.
But with every, and I said this earlier on, with every infrastructure project, you do have people inconvenienced by it. Do you know what I mean?
Have disruption, and I take your point on the port tunnel, the people with the port tunnel,
yes.
etc.
And now it's like we forget all of that now that it's open and it's in daily operation.
We do indeed, but the thing is, as I say, Adrian, like Home Farm next door are going to be disrupted as well. The houses facing the Fianna, the whole road, that road, I'm sure you've travelled along it yourself in the morning time and the evening time.
I travel it every day of the week.
Well, you know what the traffic is like on that road, Adrian. It's a gateway up to Ballymun, it's a gateway further than Ballymun, up to North County Dublin, back at the airport, etc., etc. The utter disruption there is unbelievable for everybody, but just for the football club and the facilities for youngsters, especially, as I say, when we're
like I said, there's no denying it's a fantastic facility, but you think they're right to be objecting, basically?
Absolutely, I agree with them, yeah.
All right, thanks very much indeed, Paul. Darren, thank you for popping in. I'll debate this one with you again, I've no doubt.
Yeah, we'll continue this one.
That's Darren Cleary from 98 FM Sport. And thank you very much indeed for all of your calls, comments, texts and opinions. This is 98 FM's Dublin Talks. I'm Adrian Kennedy. On the way after the break, talking of GAA, I have a pair of tickets to give away to see Dublin play Monaghan in Croker this Sunday afternoon. If you'd like to win them, take part in our Say What You See quiz. It's on the way straight after the break.
98 FM's Dublin Talks with Des Kelly Interiors, where quality costs less. For carpets, wood floors, beds and mattresses.
98 FM, good morning. This is Adrian Kennedy and this is 98 FM's Dublin Talks, and it is time for our Say What You See quiz. If you'd like to take part in the quiz, call us right now on 6797-981. 6797-981, and the winner of our quiz today will win a pair of tickets to see Dublin take on Monaghan in the Allianz League this coming Sunday in Croke Park. So, are we ready to go?
Yes, I have the cards here. We have cards, hundreds of cards with things written on them. I have to show them to Adrian, or Adrian shows them to me, and you, the listener, has to guess what's written on the card, often with comedic results.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Amanda is our first contestant. How are you, Amanda?
Hi, Adrian. How are you?
Good, thank you. Welcome to 98 FM's Dublin Talks. Amanda, who would you like to play this quiz with, Adrian or Jeremy?
Yourself, please.
Okay,
save it yourself.
Okay, we'll play with me. Here we go, Amanda. You have a minute on the clock, and your 1 minute starts right now.
Now, here's your first one.
Oh, the first one. Oh, this was a movie made in the 90s. It was a
70s, actually.
Whatever it is, a gangster movie.
Say hello to my little friend.
That's exactly the line out of it.
That's what he said.
And it's something that if you got a cut on your face, you'd have a...
Scarface.
That's exactly right. Scarface is the right answer. Your next one. Oh, this was a...
I met my mother
by the Factory Walls. It's a song that we think is about Dublin, but it's not, believe it or not. It's a filthy old kip.
You're not Irish, are you, Amanda?
I am, yeah.
Oh, God, you have a very...
The song is basically about a filthy old kip.
Derry.
No, not Derry.
What?
Derry's not that bad.
That's a bit dirty, yeah.
No. It's
Town. Dirty old town.
Dirty old town is the right answer. You're on 2, Amanda. Here's your next one. This is an expression for...
Here, I'll do it. Not two pays on the red.
Okay, something that you wear in your head for to replace your hair is what?
A wig.
Okay, and this is an expression for there'll be trouble. There'll be wigs, what? No.
Amanda, work with me here. Where will the wigs be?
On your head.
No, but if they're not on your head, where else would they be?
No idea.
No.
I've often thought about, Amanda, I don't know, I'd like to share this with you very briefly. I've often thought about getting a wig myself. What do you think?
You probably could do with one.
What?
You could do with one.
But is it not obvious when you're bald one day and then you get a wig the next day? Does everybody not know it's a wig? And how does it stick?
Give it a try.
How does it stick on?
I don't. Give it a try.
What happens when you go swimming?
You probably leave your wig in the
locker,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Thanks, Amanda.
God.
Amanda got us a whopping score of 2. If you'd like to take part, call us now, 6797981. Declan, you're on 98 FM. How are you, Declan?
Hello, Adrian. How are you tonight?
Good, thanks, Dec. Who would you like to play with, Adrian or Jeremy?
Yourself, Adrian, please.
Okay, a minute on the clock to try and beat Amanda's whopping 2. And your 1 minute starts now.
Now, here's your first one, Adrian. Let's go. Come on.
This is an expression which means you're in big trouble. So you're in a boat, and what do you move the boat with? You're in a canoe. What do you move it with?
An oar.
Another word for an oar? This is an expression for you're in big trouble. You're up
You can't say it.
I can't say it, no. You're up somewhere without...
You're up creek paddle with a ship.
Up creek paddle with a shit. Now, I have been in that situation before.
You're close. You're up where?
Paddle.
You're up a paddle.
Can I just say this is painful?
This is painful.
I just want to say.
Yeah, it is. What is the expression? You're up where? Without a what?
No.
Oh, this is...
The other night, Adrian, I have to go to the toilet regularly in the middle of the night because I'm old.
Yeah.
And the other night I got up to go to the toilet in the middle of the night with no lights on and stood on my son's Lego car that was in the hallway.
Ouch. But it wasn't as painful as Declan taking part in our quiz.
Well, it was probably about the same amount of pain.
Gavin, you're on 98 FM. How are you, Gav?
How's it going? What's
Hey, Gavin, what's that expression?
Oh, I haven't a clue.
Oh, Jesus.
Couldn't think of it.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Who do you want to play with, Adrian or Jeremy?
Jeremy.
Jeremy, okay.
Okay, here we go.
You're trying to beat a score of 2, okay?
Yeah.
And you've a minute to do it, and your 1 minute starts now.
This is a very famous cyclist, and I think he was done for drugs. Was he done for drugs?
Lance Armstrong.
Oh, no, it's not him. Sorry. He rode a bike on the moon, or something like that. It's his brother.
It's not his brother.
I don't know.
Yeah, his brother who landed on the moon.
I don't know his name.
No, not Lance Armstrong. His name is... It's also something you do in church.
This guy was the first man on the moon.
Yeah, no, he wasn't. That was Buzz Aldrin.
He was the first man on the moon.
It's something you do in front of a priest. Oh, no, sorry. Yeah. You do it in a church when the priest tells you.
Pray.
What? Pray, Armstrong. This is something you do when you are praying. What do you do?
Neil Armstrong.
Neil Armstrong. Oh, my God almighty.
That's humiliating.
Here's your next one. I can't even see that because you held it up too quick. This is a song by an Irish woman. I'm running home and come running home again.
Nah, too young for it.
But you're not. Cross my heart and hope to die.
This game is just, oh my God.
Forget about it.
No, forget about yourself, Gavin.
You're as thick as the last fella. Good luck.
Sorry, let's put this to the texters, okay?
Yes.
I don't... Do you know that song?
I do, yeah. You sang it brilliantly.
Thank you very much, Adrian.
Yeah.
This is a song by... there's about 10 of these Irish women, and I don't know which one of them... Shannon, is that her name?
Go on, anyway.
One of these Irish women sings this song, and it's all about a girl...
Mary Black sang it.
It's all about a girl with a lovely name who was away from her gaff.
Yeah.
And she had to go back to her gaff, but she had to go really, really quick. And the song goes something like, I'm running home, yeah, cross my heart and hope to die. If anybody...
What's the name of the song? Just text it. 0877 98 98 98.
Who sang the song?
Mary Black sang the song. Tracy.
Hiya.
Please tell me you've got a bloody brain, have you? That doesn't sound good.
Well, I'm after being shouting at the others there with the answers.
Okay, well, that's a good sign. Who do you want to play with, Adrian or Jeremy?
It's easier when you're listening.
It is.
Adrian,
okay.
Do you know who was running back to her house?
No,
Okay.
the song is in my head. I just don't know.
Come running home again.
Who was it? Who was running home? What was the girl's name?
No, I don't know.
No,
I'll give you a
doesn't matter.
clue. It's a name that can be applied to men and women. Men can have this name and women can have this name.
No, they can't.
Yes, they can.
No, they can't.
Actually,
I've never met a male one of these.
Yes,
What's
I have.
the first letter?
Anyway, okay, you ready, Tracy? Here we go. A minute on the clock and your 1 minute starts now.
Here's your first one, Adrian.
These, I love these. They're made by Tato. They're round, and it's also a nickname for a condom.
Rubbers?
For a condom?
The nickname for a condom.
Rubber crisps.
No, they're not rubber crisps.
Rubberneck.
No, they're rubber. They're
Durex.
Okay, no. What is
They're
it?
made by Tato. Wheelies.
No, not wheelies. You know a vegetable that you cut and it makes you cry? What's that?
Onion rings.
Yes, Johnny Onion Rings.
Johnny Onion rings.
Who calls condoms wheelies?
Okay, this is a song from back in the day by the Weather Girls, all about...
It's Raining Men.
That's
It's
exactly right,
Raining
yeah.
Men,
It's
yeah.
Raining Men. Here's your next one. This is a television show on RTE that looks back over years gone by. And it shows all the old news stories. From
Reeling in the ears.
Reeling in the Ears is the correct answer. Here comes your next one. Come on, Dixon. This was a song, I think Boyzone covered it as well.
And the Silver Spoon.
About meows. What's a meow?
What? No, it's about...
Yeah,
the Silver Spoon and the Boy in the Moon.
What are you crapping on about?
Yeah, in the crane and Silver Spoon, the little boy boo, and the man in the moon.
Good God. Do you know what the song that is? It's about cats in what?
In the cradle.
Yes.
That's the right answer.
Now, final question.
You got 4.
Who was going back to their house for several times? She was home and then she left and then she went back again.
Then she got a phone call saying... Who?
Kaylee.
Kaylee. Is that the right answer? No, it's not Kaylee.
The clue is...
Sorry, what?
Kaylee.
No, it's not Kaylee.
It's not Kaylee. No. Kaylee is an Irish music dance.
Aye.
Yeah. The clue is this can be a name that can be given to a man or a woman.
It isn't.
It actually is. I've proof.
Find me one.
I know a man.
Find me a male one.
I know a man who has that name.
Really?
Yep.
Maria, you're on 98 FM. Hi, Maria.
Hi.
Maria, who would you like to play? Sorry, do you know who was running home to her house?
It was Katie.
Katie is the right answer. And by the way, sorry, Jeremy, there is no man called Katie.
Oh, I think you'll find there is.
Who?
We work with one. Him out there.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, okay. Now, Maria, who do you want to play with, Adrian or Jeremy?
We'll go with Jeremy.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
What's the maximum score here, Adrian, in this
4
appallingly played game?
Yeah, 4 is what we're up to at the moment, okay?
Okay.
Here we go, Maria. Talk into the phone there. And your 1 minute starts now.
This is a Dublin expression, and you would say it to someone who you're embarrassed about, and the last part of the word is for having you. I'm blank, 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 blank for having you.
Scarlet for your mom.
Scarlet for your
Is
mom.
the
Yes.
right answer. Here's your next one.
This is an orange drink that you mix with water.
Cordial, orange.
No, what's the make of it?
My body.
Yeah, and the ad says it's not...
Not your body, it's my
Yes,
body.
That's the correct answer. Here comes your next
Good
one.
feeling about this, Adrian. This is the shop that opens at night. It's a convenience store. They're all over Ireland. It's a green tree. What's it called?
Bar?
Under the tree, it's bar. Yes, well done.
That's the right answer. Here comes your next one.
This is a movie about Cillian Murphy's in it. It's about the IRA and the British, and it's all about farting, pretty much, and farting and whatever goes into bread. Does that go into bread?
No, Guinness.
Oh, you make Guinness out of this.
The wind that shakes the barley.
The wind that shakes the
Is
barley.
the correct answer. Here's your next one.
This is, they sang a song. And I want, and I need, animal, or something like that. I'll finish. It's a spotted animal that has very bad ears.
Leopard, Def Leppard.
Def Leppard. Actually, you'd have to be a Def Leppard to listen to that music, wouldn't you?
You would.
It's awful.
Maria, good news is you're in the lead with a score of 5. Well done.
Perfect.
You'll know in a couple of minutes if you're the winner.
Did they have any other songs bar that one? And I want, and I need.
I hate that song. I've always hated that song. Joanna, who would you like to play with, Adrian or Jeremy?
Jeremy, please.
Okay.
Hey, Joanna, first of all, we'll give you a bonus point if you can tell me another song by Def Leppard. Is that okay?
Something sugar.
What?
Sugar.
Sugar.
Yeah.
Sugar.
Yeah, something to do with sugar. That's
Okay, I'm going to give you a half a point.
That could be true, I don't know.
Yeah, pour some sugar on me.
Pour some sugar on me.
I'll give you a full point now that you sang it. Well done. Now, you're playing with Jeremy, is that right? A minute on the clock and your 1 minute starts now.
This is Brendan O'Carroll dressed up as a woman.
Mrs. Brown.
Mrs. Brown's voice, yes. The hilarious
here's
Mrs.
the
Brown's
next
voice.
one.
This is it's a Dublin expression for a girl who is gorgeous looking. She is a...
Cracker.
Yeah, she's not a mun. She's a... Stunhorn.
Stop saying it.
I didn't say it.
Stunhorn.
She is a
That's the
Stunhorn.
correct answer. You're on 3. Here comes your next one.
These are a band. Hipsters like them and crusties. People who haven't washed their hair normally like this band, don't they? And it's a band with a number in it, and it's also something you do with your eye.
Blink.
Yeah, Blink.
Sugar.
Blink Sugar.
Blink 13 or something. No.
Blink 13.
That was the lesser known spin off of the band, wasn't it? When they broke up.
I don't know. Blink 13. I don't know.
Blink 13.
I have to be honest with you, Joanna. I am one of Ireland's premier DJs. I work in all the biggest clubs in Ireland.
You do teenage discos.
And I could not tell you one song by that band.
No, I couldn't myself.
If you put a gun to my head, Adrian, now...
I'd happily do that. Joanna, you didn't win anyway. You got 3. Joe might be our winner. He's our final contestant. Joe, who do you want to play with, Adrian or Jeremy?
Adrian, please.
Okay, a minute on the clock, Joe. We're trying to beat a score of 5. You've 1 minute to do it. The 1 minute starts right now. Here we go. Let's go.
Okay, first one.
This is somebody who's really, really deep asleep. Okay, what am I doing here now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What am I doing?
Counting.
Yeah. And this is somebody who's
Counting
really...
Zeds.
Pardon me?
Counting Zeds.
No. They're...
sorry, when a boxer punches another boxer, he is...
Knocked out.
Yeah, no, we use the word count. Okay? He is something for the count.
Out.
Pardon me?
Count out.
Count out. No, he's very deep asleep. He is something for the count.
Like me in a few minutes if this keeps going on.
Out for the count is the right answer. Here's your next one. This was a television programme back in the 80s. A load of English lads living in Germany.
I haven't a clue.
No, it's not good.
What's goodbye in German?
Haven't a clue.
Oh, Jesus.
What's goodbye in English?
Haven't a clue.
Haven't a clue.
Sorry, Joe.
Can you tell us one song by Blink 182 and we'll give you a point?
No,
no good advice.
Sorry, Joe, you were brutal as well today. Good luck. Have a good weekend. The winner of our quiz with a score of 5 was Maria. Congratulations, Maria. Well done to you. We'll be in touch with you in a couple of minutes. She's won tickets for the Dublin Monaghan match on Sunday.
Now, in the next hour, we may or may not play a song by Blink 182.
I wouldn't think so, somehow. This is 98 FM, the home of brilliant music. Yeah? Like this, by the way. Barry Dunn's on the way in a moment, and in the next hour from Dundrum Town Centre, he's got music like this.
98 FM's Dublin Talks with Des Kelly Interiors, where quality costs less. For carpets, wood floors, beds and mattresses.